Hey folks, Dwayne from Grandpa's Garage again. Another short little video here. Get to practice some more video work and show you some of the stuff that I'm working on here. I got a couple things that I mentioned in the last video, and a couple of things that I just thought people might find interesting and useful in working on the cars. So hang on just a moment here, we'll switch screens, and there we are, back in the old Grandpa's Garage. Okay, so here's one of the things that I was playing around with today. Now the one of the things that I mentioned in my last video was that I was thinking of changing out the corner here. I wanted to do something just to kind of round off that square corner, which depending on how much work you want to get involved in, it's a matter of deciding what you wanted to do. I had initially thought, oh well, maybe I'll move the hinge and slant the post and blah blah blah, and I thought, well, that's starting to get to be a lot of work. So what I did decide that I want to do now, you can see on here, I got a couple lines. There's a bit of a radius here, and actually it rounds over to about this point on the door. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut the outer skin, shave it like that, weld up the edge, and then on the back side of that, the frame of the door is squared off as well, so I'll have to cut into that and also kind of follow a similar, or as close as I can, contour here. And then the area from the sail panel that way will now also follow that contour. So then we'll get, rather than having that really squared corner there, it'll be a little bit more of a smoother transition to the sail panel. And yeah, I just, you know what, there's so many things you could be doing, but I thought for what I'm trying to achieve, I want this to look like it was made like that, more or less. Will it be perfect? Absolutely not. But we'll just try and do it the best I can. So I was also in the process melting out some more lead. And you know, you got to put your respirator on and take all the safety precautions to protect yourself. But man, that lead, it can be quite a bit of work to get it drawn out, so that when you cut and you want to re-weld, you're not having problems with that, because it'll spit back on you, and it's just, yeah, just makes it very difficult to try and weld something back in there. But that was just a little piece. I had a friend of mine stop by for a visit today, Poplar Bay Pete, and great guy. He's another car guy. Has a beautiful MGB that he restored, and yeah, good to get out for cruises once in a while, and nice to have visits. So now the next thing that I wanted to draw your attention to is I've got a couple things that I think are really useful in this process of working on the cars. So I'll show you here. So as I was telling you, I was melting out some lead. One of the things I find, propane will work okay, but it's slower. I tend to use the yellow cylinders on my torch, and it's MAP gas, which actually has acetylene in there, so it burns quite a bit hotter. So you really draw any lead that's on the metal itself. It draws it out really well, and then it makes the actual cleanup after that much simpler. So just a little tip. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you is, this is stuff I use. It's called Fast Etch by Eastwood, and what it is it's an acid base. So anywhere that I have bare metal, I'll be running this over top of it. Essentially what you do, again, proper safety protection, because it is an acid base. You want eye protection, hand, skin protection, and good ventilation, because it's an acid. Again, you know, you gotta protect yourself. But anyways, what you do is you can brush it on and you leave it sit. You try and leave it stay wet for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then once it's been on there that long, then you can wipe the excess off. Then take a clean rag with, I use lacquer thinner, and clean it really, really good. What it does is it provides a zinc phosphate coating on it, because one of the problems with having exposed bare metal like this, in particular when there's a lot of humidity in your air, is flash rusting. And I'm telling you, it doesn't take long for flash rust to appear. So this, when it leaves the zinc phosphate coating on there, it'll protect it. And I know I've used it in the past where, well, let's just see how long this will actually protect it. And I was up to 2.5 months before I seen any flash rust. So great product, doesn't take a lot. So you can buy smaller containers of this. That just happened to be what I bought. So now, the other thing that I wanted to show you, when I was making up these patch panels for the lower quarters on the car, there was a little tool that I used, and that's right here. And I'm telling you, I purchased this a long time ago. These are, I got mine from Princess Auto, and what it is a magnetic vice brake. And what it's meant for is to put in your vice, of course. And you can see it's got a blade on there, and it goes into the receiving end. It actually bends metal, and the one that I have has 3 segments, so you can actually, it's like a finger brake. You can take some of the fingers out if you need, or smaller, or leave it as is. Super easy to use, and it's very accurate, and it's very strong. So I'll give you a little tutorial here, show you how it works. Literally, the magnets hold it in place, and it works awesome. Now, you can get a wider model than this one. This one I happen to have on my old vise, which was a narrower vise, and I didn't feel like going out and purchasing another one just for the sake of this. But you never know. One of these days I might just decide that that's what I want to do. So I'll show you. I'm going to draw a line, an arbitrary line. Get it to work here. This is just a sample so I can show you folks how this thing works. And anybody that I've shown this to, usually it's not long after I've shown them that they've gone and purchased their own. Right, Frank? So, now, set your line roughly where you want it. Bring the vice jaw in to match up with your line. And literally, turn the handle. There you go. 90 degrees, that quick. I find, you know, if you have a big long break to do, then that's of course when you got to use the big break. But probably 6 or 7 times out of 10, all you're doing is a smaller piece, and that's where this thing is so handy. So again, this one was from Princess Auto. It's a magnetic vice brake tool. You'll probably find you use a ton. I've used this thing so many times. Great little design, simple little design, and they're very inexpensive. So if you want to get yourself a tool that will work well for you, and yeah, it'll serve you well. So check it out at Princess Auto or Harbor Freight. I'm sure Harbor Freight probably has a similar thing. And again, just held in by magnet. That's it. Sweet and simple. Anyways, short video, just a little tips and tricks for you, and hope this was useful to you folks. Thanks for supporting me. Like, share, and subscribe to the video. And this is Grandpa Dwayne from Grandpa's Garage. And we'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.